What's going on, traders? Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. A little bit of a late jump here on this beautiful Thursday, December 11th. But before we jump into the charts, as always, make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading is risky. Most traders do lose money. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do here or anywhere else is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research, make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap, and others. What's up, chat? Welcome back to another one here. Let's see what we got rolling. Got a couple people hopping on. Yeah, late jump for me, man. Apologize for that one. Just taking on too much. Taking on way too much, as usual, man. As usual. Let's see what we got rolling here, man. Markets are moving. YM pushing to the upside. Looks like NQ and ES selling off. Big divergence out of these bad boys. I am already getting cooked off of the open. I had shorts running on YM that I know I am absolutely smoked on. But part of the game. Dwayne, what's up? NQ Trend Sniper, what's up? Rhombus, what's up? Chris, what's up? Aaron, what is going on? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Appreciate you guys for being here. Welcome to the show. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me just make sure I got this stream out to everybody since we got the late jump going here, man. Make sure we got some music rolling. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, we are live across socials. What's up, everybody? Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. Let's hop onto these charts, man. Let's see what we did for FOMC. Let's see what we did for the overnight session. Let's see what we're doing right now into the morning. YM off like an absolute rocket. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to take the short button off of my keyboard. I really am going to, I think, have to completely become a long-only trader. It's incredible to watch myself continue to take shorts, continue to get smoked on them, and then continue to go back for more for some gosh-forsaken reason. But it's kind of like what I'm looking at now is to short this again, but I'm going to try to find something with you guys, but this is some gnarly structure to trade off of. Hang tight real quick, guys. Understand the setup chair algo. Yes, the chair had to set up the algo. That's correct. All right, let's take a look here on the daily chart first. We are blasting off to the upside here on YM. Obviously, a big bullish candle got put in yesterday, breaking outside of this range. Overnight session on all the U.S. indices was pretty much to the downside. We opened up and turned right to the downside in this overnight session. I was looking for some of that to continue right into market open for a pull right back down to this area of high volume. Completely on the wrong side of that move in some additional of these sim accounts, but we'll talk about that. We'll do some review on that. But for now, blasting off all the way over to these highs. Looks like we want to come right up here and challenge these highs right towards the 48,500s. If I'm going to take the same wildly aggressive reversion trade, it's going to be a short up here. I took it in pre-market. This is, or coming into market open, really. This is now another setup here, which is just so aggressive, man. I think I have to take it. I really think I have to get cooked on this one right off of the open. 200-point stop loss puts me up into the 600s. For a pullback down to VWAP, a pullback down to the top end of this, I think I'm going to have to take it. Maybe just get cooked on another one of these. I can't shy away from it now. Eventually I will become a long-only trader, but I don't think today is that day just yet. Taking a look real quick at NQ on the 15-minute. Pull right back down to VWAP. Kind of similar, really aggressive selling pressure from these in the overnight session. Really just breaking down below prior day low. Now popping to the upside, pulling back to VWAP. ES, somewhat bullish movement out of ES here. Trying to figure out, it looks like if it wants to blast off or pull back down to this area of high volume. As you guys know, I am fully focused here on YM. I'm zooming out like a madman just because I need to see these highs over here to the left. Yeah, man, we're at the top end. It's going to be a reversion up here, pull back down, or we're just going to go. We're just going to put a massive candle in here. We are already, just real quick as I'm getting ready for this one, we are already, yeah, 600 points to the upside on this. 7, 8. Yeah, I got to try this one, guys. I got to do it short. I don't want to be completely honest. I really don't, because I'm just getting my ass handed to me on these shorts, but I have to. This is going to be the super, super, super aggressive short play to the downside. Let's get over to MYM and take it back towards VWAP. Super aggressive on the open. This thing could continue to go. I could absolutely get my face ripped off here, but I am going to run this. This is, let me just make sure. We've got, yeah, about a $600 take profit all the way up above VWAP. Let's go bid plus a couple. Yeah, that's going to look good. That's going to look good. Maybe it's a sweep of these highs. Maybe it's a challenge of these highs and a reversion, but I'm going to try this one, guys. Super aggressive. Super aggressive. Again, full transparency. I've already gotten cooked on shorts this morning. Already gotten cooked on shorts that I was trying right into this area of high volume here for reversion back down, but above yesterday's high. So it's gonna be a down day for me overall, I think. But I gotta try this one, right? I gotta try this one. This is the off the open trade, and I'll talk about this. Super aggressive. I may absolutely get my face ripped off here. I'm gonna talk about this. I'm gonna talk about getting aggressively short right here, right into the open. It's 9:46 a.m. Eastern. Excuse me. So we will see how this one plays, but I've really noticed that I have to be. It's kind of a balance, right? For me, I have to be either quicker to the draw right off the open to aggressively jump into the pop or the dump to catch the reversion, or I have to wait. This is what my data is showing me. Or I have to wait a pretty considerable amount of time for the market to really show its hand and then look to take a trade in the direction for the entire day, right? But this really aggressive move, this kind of over-exaggerated move on YM tends to occur right off the open, like right into the 9:30 a.m. time frame. Sometimes the pre-market setup back to the area of high volume can work really nicely. Today it did not at all. But if I'm not going to take it right off the open really aggressively, the first, let's say, minute to 15 minutes, like I am right here on this one, my data is showing me that it's much better for me to stay even more patient, really let whatever is going to happen, right? Pull back and forth action, and then try to find my way in, still off of a key level. Levels are levels, areas of interest are areas of interest, but there is a time element, right? There is a session volatility element to these trades, and my data is displaying that. So I'll review with you guys, just looking at the market, kind of, what I'm talking about here. There was a really good example where I was talking about getting long. I think Pam caught the long really aggressively. Took it for, hundreds of points, a couple hundred points to the upside, and I was, stuck waiting. Then I tried it later, or I was waiting for my entry later. Did not work out too well. So, I'll talk a little bit more about that. But here we are, guys. Short from 48,471. Stop at 48,669. This is 5 micros, right? So I'm running almost a 200-point risk well above these highs, right? Stop loss is up above these highs over here to allow these to be challenged. Looking for a move. This is actually a nice risk structure also. Looking for a move back down towards prior day high, like not even current volume point of control, not even prior day value area high, not even VWAP, right? It would be a max profit in this account specifically. But like I said, full transparency and, swapping between these is not going to be so easy. I'm trying to get set up and make sure that I'm in clean. Full transparency, I know I am max loss on at least one, if not two, of these sim accounts. Trading a couple of them right off of the rip. To try to hit this goal, which I'm going to talk about how it goes, well or poorly. Yesterday, you guys saw me take the trade short and ended up closing ahead of FOMC on that one for a small loss, $200. So off to a rocky start, man. But if you guys want to follow along on that, IG is going to be the place. Instagram is going to be the spot to follow along on that. Still got the live account, just for those of you guys that aren't on every day. Still got the live account. Still have the Top 1 Futures 15K pre-live account. Very healthy on Project X. Started a new challenge. Is it possible to go from unfunded to a payout in 30 days? A $2,500, I said 25K accidentally in one of the videos. Not 25K. $2,500 prop firm payout, which would be a max payout from an instant funded account on Top 1 Futures. Is that possible? How long does it take? How many accounts does it take to get that done, right? You know, is it possible to do that trading an extremely stupidly simple strategy? A strategy so simple my blind dog could follow. We're going to see. So far, off to a rocky start. This one's looking really clean, but again, like I said, I'm always happy to hop on and tell you full transparency. I got smoked already. Already got cooked, so... This is working out well. I have to say I'm happy with myself to be able to take this short really aggressively. Whether it works or doesn't work, right? We're already into profit, but whether it works or doesn't work, a big challenge for me and many traders is to continue to trade through a couple losses, right? And maybe you're putting your system on that's gotten you to tons, payouts and great profitability and all this good stuff, but you've taken, a couple losses on the shorts like I did. The next trade, when I see this one coming, if I didn't put this on right when I put this on, I can't tell you the amount of frustration, right, that I would feel, not taking the next one that is potentially going to be a winner, right? We're not there yet. We're selling off back down towards this. We got a really nice reversion here, but, who knows? We could absolutely pump right back up to the upside. This was very aggressive off the open. In fact, I'm cautious of that happening. We would need to come right back into VWAP, and we might not do that, right? We very well might not do that today. But, you got to put your trades on, man. You got to put your trades on. Whether as long as you're following your system, you have to be cautious of that internal voice that's, oh, no, I took a loss. Don't put the next one on. Or, oh, no, I took a win. Don't put the next one on. Or I've taken so many wins, put 47 more on. All of that craziness. So let's see. Let's talk about it. Rhombus, Gus, what's up? King Trader, what's up? Lone Wolf, what's up? Starboy, good morning. NOH Profit, good morning. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the show. Late start today. Again, just doing too much. Challenges, content, tutorials on YouTube. A bunch of giveaways, running the community, just too much as usual, but hard to complain when my goal was to eat, right? Hard to complain when I got too much on my plate if my goal was to eat. That's the saying that I like. But I appreciate you guys hopping on. What's up, y'all on Kick? I see you. What's up, y'all on X? I see you as well. Also see somebody at my front door. Oh, come on. Don't do it to me, guys. Don't do it to me. Not the construction guys. Hold on. No, we're good. Are we good? This is the challenge, guys. This is the challenge with live trading and doing 47 different things. I got to go check my front door. I'm going to let this rip. It's going to hit TP or not hit TP, and I'd love to be talking about it as I'm here, but I got to check my front door. I'll be right back. This is so frustrating, but it's the morning that I'm having. Let's see if we can't get this one. Be right back, guys. Back in action with you guys. Almost back in action with you guys. There we go. There we go. Let's see what we can do here. Chat. How did Chair do? Chair didn't do too bad. We were almost going to hit a TP here. We were almost going to hit a take profit here. Yeah, one of those mornings, man. One of those mornings. Let's see. And I got feedback going. We're good. Let's see how many distractions I can handle today and what else I can mess up this morning. Listen, man. I always try to talk about whatever I got going on. It's an important piece, right? You gotta be focused. Even if you're trading prop accounts, even if you're, trading really simple stuff, man. If you're not super focused, the way I haven't been so far this morning, I'm lucky I got the execution on this one. You're setting yourself up for failure. You're really setting yourself up for failure. And honestly, on days like this, in the past, I've done a really good job of just saying, you know what, I'm not even gonna touch the charts while I'm distracted. I got to show up for you guys, right? Or I want to show up for you guys at least. Want to be able to be here trading live with you guys, but there's a layer to being focused and actually being able to, pay attention to what's going on in your charts and really be fully focused on what's going on. And as you could see from me jumping on late this morning and then talking about it and having to go check a door, you can see how that's going. So all right, let's see. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Daniel, what's up? Much love. You guys are talking to each other. That's cool. Didn't get an A+ setup. Put one of shorts on ES. Would have made bank. Let's go. Locked in shorts from 48,409 to 48,283. Can we get a tap of this prior day high, or is this just gonna get insanely close to the TP? I mean, this is the 15-minute chart zoomed out, so we're still talking 30 some odd points on this. Man, I'm gonna struggle to hold this one. Just taking a look at ES. Pretty gnarly sell-off on ES here. Let's see. Yeah, really gnarly sell-off on ES. Is this going to be the entire movement of the day? Or are we just going to pull back down and then blast off? Are we going to come through the lows? Very, very different movement on... all of these, really. Wow. Yeah, complete different movement on these. Very uncorrelated this morning. That's insane. It's insane to see. Man. Yeah, I don't trade these in correlation or lack of correlation. I really try not to do that. I think a lot of traders can do that with success. For me, it just doesn't seem to work too nicely when I attempt to do that. But I know you guys are trading everything under the sun, and it would be like, I need to know if you're like, oh, hey, what's going on here? I'm taking wins on shorts on NASDAQ. I'd be like, what are you talking about, dude? NASDAQ is just knifing to the downside here, man. This is a pretty gnarly 15-minute candle. 1.5% down, while YM is up almost 0.5%. ES down 0.75% and challenging that. Not quite the low of pre-market here for NQ, but going for it. Really aggressive selling pressure, the most aggressive selling pressure on NQ off of the open. A climb back up in pre-market, and then a turn back down to VWAP, and then right at the open, just dumping to the downside, man. Really dumping to the downside. Maybe there's some specifics with tech stocks or something really gnarly going on there, but that's looking really ugly. I am really curious to see if YM is the laggard or the leader here. They do tend to come back into correlation at some point throughout the session, but that is a really aggressive movement. ES really similar, at least off of the open, right? At least for session changeover, an absolute dump. These things opened up and and dropped a percent to the downside. Same kind of move, climbed back up, and then not quite the same selling pressure right off of the open. It actually popped to the upside, but really aggressive selling pressure down through VWAP. Do we go and challenge these lows here? And of course, YM living in its own world, just absolutely blasting off, coming back down really close. Where's my take profit? Really close to my take profit, not quite hitting it. Not quite hitting it. Maybe the others turn and YM takes off like an absolute rocket. We're going to have to see here, but YM all the way up. YM and MYM all the way up to test these highs back here from November, right into this area of high volume and then really aggressively through. Don't feel like I was asking too much with my take profit at all on this one, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out if I am. Buyers defending this level so far, really not wanting to let it go and follow the other two U.S. indices at all so far. Just complete opposite movement. Zero dip back down. Much shallower of a move, right? YM not, sweeping below prior day low or even hitting volume point of control or value area low when you have NQ and ES selling, NQ was how many points is this? Yeah, like almost 150 points through the low of prior day. So pretty different movement here. We'll see. Again, I've tried to do it a lot in the past. I really did, especially when I was swapping between like NQ and ES. I will say I had days where I would feel like an absolute genius because I was, reading one and the correlation between them, and then I would start doing something. And then I had days that were just god awful. And I was trading NQ on ES, right? Or ES on NQ, as people say, right? I was looking at ES selling off really aggressively, and I, as NQ was building structure, I was aggressively hammering into NQ shorts. Meanwhile, nothing really on NQ was calling for shorts. ES just happened to be sweeping a low, and, I'm caught trading the wrong instrument on the wrong chart. So, for those reasons, I just try not to pay too much attention. Or at least like say, oh, NQ's doing this, so I'm going to do this on YM. Or ES is doing this, I'm going to do this on YM. I think it's good to know, at least have a rough idea of what's going on. But especially for you guys trading live here, right? I'm on the black sheep. Not a lot of people trade YM. Much more are going to be on, ES or NQ. So I'd like to at least do the favor of knowing what's going on and commenting on it. Oh. Bookmap losing connection? Got a lot of older sell side stacking up on the book. This is very interesting. All at the same time here. We've got multiple 100-lot orders stacking up on the book, up above price for YM. Very interesting to see. Not something that I see common at all. Let's see if these are going to act like magnets, and we're going to go and grab this, right? So looking at Bookmap over here on the left-hand side, I've been trying to get more comfortable on YM, Bookmap at least, right? I'm trading YM here with you guys every day, but it's pretty calm. There's just not that much that goes on. For those of you that don't know, this is live liquidity. This is order flow that we're looking at here. Actual order flow, not like the smart money looking at a candlestick and talking about order flow, because that's not what order flow is. There's not a lot of rights and wrong in this space, but there's some certain things that have clear definitions where if I'm like, look at this candlestick over here. Like, this is a candlestick. No, this is a volume profile, right? We know what a volume profile is. This is order flow. Anyway, uncommon to see this. I really don't see big stacks of orders above or below on YM come on and off the book at all. So this is going to be interesting to watch today. Had a really nice entry on a long, almost caught the low of day earlier this week. Didn't play out to be anything really spectacular, but it was coming off of Bookmap. Why is this not letting me scroll like this? Yep. I got a feeling that we're gonna go try to grab these. I got a feeling that these could be legit. These could be very legit. They could definitely also be manipulation. I don't know that it's just they're just gonna be manipulation. Immediately came on the book. Here comes the turn to go grab them. Let's see if they actually start to fill. If they do, that's going to be a lot of reason for concern in me in this trade. But I love the execution on this one, guys. Obviously I can't complain nearly top ticking this move, but I didn't, right? You know, I always like to be transparent for those of you that hopped on late. In pre-market, I got smoked. Got absolutely smoked. Different move, different setup, different thesis, right? But can't complain about the execution on this one here. Does it work out? Let's see. We got close. Got really close here. You know, again, like I said, this is a 15-minute chart, so this isn't a couple points. You know, this is 16 points or so, 17 points maybe to clear my my take profit. Let's see what the market's got for me. Let's see what the market's got for me. Anyway, guys, appreciate you hopping on. As always, if you want to check out the accounts that I'm trading right here, right now, you can through the link that I'm about to throw in the chat. The one that I have pinned is my website. That's all of my links. You guys can check out pretty much everything there. All the same link that I'm about to throw is on that site as well. But Top 1 futures, the accounts that I'm trading right here, right now, are 50% off. There's the link in YouTube. There's the link in Kick. What's up, Kobe? What's up, Jess and Kick? Welcome to the show, guys. If you want to check them out, there it is. Instant funded accounts. No challenge, no activation fee, no time limit. Straight into a funded account, trading towards profit that you stand to withdraw from day one. Remember, I'm partnered. I'm affiliated. I stand to make money. Important for me to note that anytime I'm talking about it. Here we go. I got to watch this on YM, though. Here we go. Right into this level of liquidity. Came on. Really started to turn. Let's see. Looks like they're staying there. This does look legit. Probably would have been pulled right now if it was going to be pulled right here. If it was going to be pulled. This could start to act like fuel to the fire for a move to the upside. This is going to look really ugly. Gnarly turn out of ES. Really aggressive turn out of ES here. Yeah, this don't look too good, guys. Does not look good. Does not look good. Looks like it might be a painful one. Painful one. Take profit was above VWAP, just right into prior day high. We came down and literally sniffed it. Here's prior day high. We came within 2-3 points of that, and then turned very, very close to a take profit, but not quite giving it to me here. Now we're coming through orders to the upside that are coming on the book, right? This is going to be maybe a really gnarly one, but I'm hanging on. We're going to see. Let's see where we go from here. I hate to have my take profit sniffed like that and then come all the way back through. But it's going to be par for the course for me this morning. I could feel it. I could almost feel it, chat. Let's see. Glenn B, what's up? Gonna be till next year. Probably gonna get my. Let's see. Got to sell it. NQ way too heavy early. Lost my 100K 4K eval. Yeah, I feel you. Morning gang, give my boys TP. Jose, what's up? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I get it. I don't know that I get it. Zach, I got to join work meetings. Let me know in Discord. For sure. For sure. We're doing giveaways on the stream, guys. We got account giveaways coming up. We got a giveaway to run from everybody that was retweeting the IG post from yesterday. And then we got another one to do. Afternoon, Tom Ward, what's up? Not tapping yesterday's high. It's bouncy. Yep. Let's go. Locked in shorts. We talked about that. Nice. Yeah, we got some account giveaways coming up, guys. If you don't know, we give away instant funded accounts almost every day on these live streams. Random days, random times, forms drop in the chat. Also in Discord. Also, sometimes I run stuff on Twitter. I run stuff on IG. I run stuff all over the place. Whoa. Why? That's not good. Hang on, chat. Why? Why did it log me out? Hang on, chat. Let me throw this in there. Whoa. Yeah. Oh my gosh. If you hopped on late, man, I hopped on late myself. I was talking about being distracted today. I was talking about getting cooked off the open. Having to go and check my front door. I got Bookmap doing something super funky. I got my my TradingView connection doing something funky here. It's gonna be. I got my take profit that got super duper close and almost hit. It looks like it's gonna be one of these mornings for me. Hang on, guys. Hang on. What in the world is going on here? Trying to reconnect. Let's see. Is it my internet as YM just blast through all of these orders to the upside? Kind of, unfortunately, as that came on at 10:02, as expected. That's what I was looking at to potentially happen. Those did not look like manipulation. They stayed on the book. It looks like they want to fill all the way up to the 48,500s. Looking at Bookmap to just see where we're at here. I gotta see what's going on here. Gonna be one of those mornings, man. All I can do is laugh. Nope. Speed's looking super good. Connection looking super good. Insane. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Yep. Speed looking super good. Don't know what's going on with this connection. Let's see. I appreciate you guys bearing with me, man. This is how it goes sometimes. This is definitely how it goes sometimes. All right, there we go. Back in. Let's go. Hang on. Whoa. What the hell, man? Gosh, if you guys missed that, TradingView kicked me out for some reason, and I'm just trying to make sure that I'm logged back in the correct way. Going to get the correct info. What in the world? What is this morning? Why am I getting tested this morning? All right. We're back. Here we go. We're back. There we go. We're back in action here. There we go. Back in action. Still short. Here's MYM. All the way back up to entry here. Just super duper heavy buying pressure coming all the way through. Looks like we want to go crack the 48,500s. No retest of VWAP. No retest of prior day high. I'm just gonna let it rip, guys. I'm gonna let this go. I'm already accepting this risk. I've gotten cooked off of the open on in pre-market. I won't be able to handle closing for break even and then watching this thing sell off towards my take profit. Got super close. It's tempting me on the stop loss to break even. That would have been a stop out already. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to accept the loss if I have to accept the loss. My data shows that I should be doing that on really every trade. Stop loss to break even for me just does not pay me. Really does not pay me. Trying to not let winners turn into losers does not help me. So my trade management's on this is going to be to let this go. If I start having more tech issues for some reason, I'm going to take it as a sign from above, along with some other things this morning, to just like walk away for the day and call it a day altogether. But so far we're going to hang out and see if we can't diamond hands this bad boy. If we come through these highs, which it looks like we want to go fill this last stack of orders up here. More at the 600s. Yeah, this might just go. This might just absolutely take off like a rocket. Santa rally. Beautiful entry, catching the reversion, but just not enough for me today. Needed 200 and yeah, how many points exactly? Needed 71. Let's get it right. 232. What did I say? 232. 239 points. It gave me 222. Gave me 222. Very frustrating. Very frustrating to watch this one. But part of it. Definitely part of it. So we'll see. We'll see what we get out of this. Definitely one thing I want to review before I do anything else, after I talk to you guys in the chat, now that I'm halfway focused again, is to talk about the really aggressive entries off of the open. The difference kind of between, trading level to level in pre-market, into market open, during market open, and then really like later on into the session. Chat, what's up? Border Light top 1 trader instant holding my funded accounts for next year. Up 100. Nice. Okay, don't know if someone asked, but who won the IG Duck race yesterday? We didn't run it yet, Wolf. Updates in Discord. I tried to keep you guys updated, but we're running it today. We're running it here on the live session. I got everybody loaded up. Yeah. Man, TradingView really does lag. The P&L can move all over the place without candles moving on. Yep. Yeah, P&L lags. P&L, TradingView, the candles printing, price, everything just lags on TradingView. You could see it because I'm running Bookmap over on the left-hand side, and I'm running TradingView logged in through Tradeovate. It definitely lags. I don't know why that is. But nothing I can do that I've tried to do to fix that has worked. Let's see, chat. Let's see what this market's got for me. I think it's nothing but pain today for me. And it's going to be a long only coming up. I'm going to be a long only trader coming up. So guys, now let's talk about this real quick. talk about these movements here on YM, right? If we look at the last couple of days of price action, we can start to go over it. So Monday was Monday 9 a.m. Not too much out of these, for the session open, right? But if I take a look at something like YM, right? Even YM right in here, right? I think this was the example. We sold off really aggressively right into the open. And I was talking a little bit earlier about getting involved a little bit closer to the open, specifically on this YM reversion style trade, and how if I miss that first setup, or if I don't take it for whatever reason, being even more patient to kind of wait for another level to be hit, or the market really to show its hand to be, paying me better. So here's an example, like right off of the open on YM. If I was looking for, which I think on this day I was to a degree, this was the one that Pam caught to the upside. If I was looking for, right, we don't have any of this price action yet. If I was looking for a test of this level, right, like right in here, let's get rid of that, right? Some market structure and price action, specifically right into yesterday's low, although we didn't sweep prior day low on this one, Friday's low. That was the move right there, right? That's it, like right there, right? And if we drop down even lower, we can see this one, right? So if I didn't, where's Monday, right? If I didn't catch it right here, right? If I didn't catch it right here and so get in somewhere on a test of this low right around this area and catch 150 points up to the upside, or at least just run this bad boy here, trying it later into the session, right? You can see kind of once the trend starts to develop to the downside, often how that goes. So often, again, we get that really aggressive, over-exaggerated movement right off of the open, exactly like what we got today. And the reversion play is, right back into VWAP, through VWAP like we had here. This is exactly what I was targeting today. 30 points, cracking back through VWAP. And waiting too patiently 15 minutes in, you're often going to miss that move, right? Let's take a look. Whoa, I don't want to do that. Let's take a look at Tuesday. Where is my, there we go. As I'm letting this trade do whatever it's going to do. Similar movement. This was Monday that we were looking at. Taking a look at Tuesday. Again, right off the open, right? Like, where is the big aggressive movement, right? Where is the test of this level? It's right here. It's right off of the open, right? It's 9:30, 9:45 a.m. Eastern, right into the first 15 minutes. Now, here we retested a little bit, chopped around. This wouldn't have provided too much, but, had I not gotten in right here, right off of the open, I really missed the opportunity, right? I don't have that opportunity. So, what I'm trying to illustrate here is, and I didn't grab this one. I was waiting for a higher push to the upside. If I don't find a way in really aggressively, either in pre-market, right into the open, I'm often finding myself trying to trade very shortly after that, and it can kind of get dicey until the market really starts to show its hand, and then a continuation trade is kind of more in store. Same level to level, same identification of everything, just timing, right? Just kind of timing and, where you're trying to get, more or less aggressive, right? If we look at, yesterday's the example, right? Where was the over-exaggerated wiki movement, that often comes around the morning? Right here, right at 9:30 a.m., right? And again, this is a 15-minute chart, so this kind of looks crazy. But all we did yesterday, we were already opening up with a break of prior day low in pre-market. All that we did was a sweep of prior day low and then a pop right back up, right? I actually talked about this on Traders Post live session yesterday. So I haven't missed a lot of these just because I really haven't been that extremely aggressive right into the first couple minutes of the open. But I am noticing, right, in review, noticing in my data that's where the really aggressive play often happens. Right into the open. That level is going to be tested. And if you're waiting to say, well, I don't want to trade the first 10 minutes of the open, the first 15 minutes of the open, you know, you might be selling yourself short here on YM. At least that's what I'm feeling. So, long story short, going to do what I did today. Enter really, really aggressively if I have an area being hit, if I have a level being hit, which I did right off of these highs. Right off of these highs, right? Cracked really aggressively to the upside, well above prior day high, right into the high end of this area of high volume. Testing this level super aggressively, right? Really aggressive counter to the movement to the upside, right? That type of entry. Presents a good risk structure. If you're wrong, you're dead wrong. You know, market's just going to take off. The frustrating part about this one, I got to say, honestly, is over 200 points in my favor right here. This was my entry, guys. Just so you know, this was my entry. Over 200 points in my favor and not able to capitalize on that. Not able to capitalize on that. Now comes the difficult part. Right? Discretion. How much discretion to apply? How much market-generated information do you want to allow yourself to read and apply versus sticking to what your data tells you over and over and over again? For me, discretion in this one is, this was the move. This was the entry. Beautiful entry. Good take profit, good stop loss. Got extremely close. The thesis is now completely different as we break to the upside, retest VWAP, come all the way back up through the highs. The thesis is now that we turn around and sell back off. Maybe we take everybody out one more time, catch all the stops right in here of people that are trading this breakout to the upside, but it's not nearly as appetizing as holding for that initial movement to the downside. Looks like we want to go and challenge all-time highs here. For me, the decision is going to be made. Just hold on to it. Take the L. It's going to be a really ugly day if I do, but kind of par for the course for the morning that I've been having, to have one of the most frustrating mornings I've had in a while. But that's part of it, man. Part of the game. Yeah, I'm not gonna close for a small loss on this one. Not gonna close at break even. Just gonna trust my data, trust my trade management. That says, I'd say 8 times out of 10, if I go stop loss to break even, I'm gonna be stopped at break even, and I will never realize the full potential of trade to actually come and hit a take profit. I typically don't just close every trade 50 points before the take profit, especially on these accounts with a consistency rule, right? Running a more fixed risk to reward as far as dollar amounts go. $500, about $500 risk per trade, about $600 potential profit. But this one looks painfully ugly. Painfully ugly. Insane recovery out of NQ. Right back through VWAP. Looks like YM was just leading the show today. That's what it looks like. But we're going to watch it live, guys. I've had an insane run over the last couple months, which has been really awesome. It sucks to take some gnarly losses right into starting a new challenge on some instant sim-funded accounts. But that's how it goes sometimes, right? This is trading. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like always, right? Try to give you the unfiltered, transparent view. And like I said, right when I hopped on here, got absolutely smoked in pre-market. So this is going to be one of the worst trading mornings if this one goes and hits stop loss that I've had in a while. One of the worst. Part of the game. Part of the game. But we're going to hang out. We're going to run giveaways. We're going to have fun. We're going to watch take profits and stop losses get hit. We ain't going anywhere, man. We're going to have some fun. So let's, while we're hanging out, 10:30 coming up on initial balance. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Coming up on IV high and low getting set. But let's do this first. We have a giveaway to run from yesterday. I don't want to confuse anybody. We have a giveaway to run from yesterday. Don't go anywhere, guys. This is not the giveaway just yet. This is the giveaway from yesterday. This was the, if you retweeted, reposted, hyped up the IG posts, given the instructions from yesterday, your name is on here. I think your IG name is on here. This is going to be race number 1 of 2 The form's not even out for the other one yet. Just relax. The form's not even out. Everybody listen. Use your ears before you comment in the chat. Because the first person to comment asking where the form is or I missed the form, I'm going to yell at you. I'm not really going to yell at you. But everybody in the chat is going to yell at you. And you might step on a Lego barefoot. So this is for the Instagram hyping up giveaway yesterday, whatever the hell we're going to call that. Go ahead and run it. This one's for a 50K Ignite instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. Good luck, everybody. Remember, we're not no main form yet. We didn't drop the form yet. We didn't do the big one just yet. Let's see. I don't think we talked about that. Man, trade view disc lag. Yep. So you don't trim at all? No trims. Nope. I don't scale in and out of positions. It's really just not my forte. I've done it in the past. I've added to winners. I've got really good at adding to winners, but just not really my forte. How to enter the giveaway. We talked about that already. A lot of respect for keeping your cool on stream. Well done. Yep. Getting absolutely cooked today, guys. Absolutely smoked. I say that like with a smile on my face because sometimes it's funny how heavy it hits all at once. But I know that it's part of the game, right? I know that I've traded for long enough. I know that absolutely cleaning up the way that I have leading into the live account, that comes with nice, good execution, but also positive variance. But my strategy is not 100% win rate, right? Nobody's is, as far as I know. And mine's not even I was knocking on the door of 80%, guys, for a while there. I think in that live account, it's low 70s now. But that's still too high. That's still too aggressive. So, these days are going to happen. You're going to take L's, right? You just have to structure your risk, put your trades on as they come, stick to your guns, and have incredibly frustrating ones like today. Probably, like we're going to see, where not only did I get cooked right off of pre-market, beautiful entry off the open, over $500 in profit, almost a max profit on this account, sniff to take profit, and then all the way back through break even. All the way back through break even to stop loss is what this looks like. That's what real trading looks like. That's what real trading looks like for me, personally. Good morning. Who made all the money in the return to VWAP on ES? Hey, what's up? How you doing? Crazy reversal NQ caught me off guard. Yeah, these markets are moving, guys. Ducks. Let's go. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. What's up? Thank you for the trading view video, Zach. Yeah, I got multiple on there, guys. Love your authenticity for sure, Glenn B. Absolutely. Listen, I don't want to ever show you guys like only one side of trading, right? I think I show a lot of the losses, like everything that's going on. I talk about a lot of it, and I often get I've gotten comments before, like, "Are you even profitable? Can this guy even trade? He has no idea what's going on." And it's just a sign of like you're expecting somebody to pull up and win every day, And when I win a lot in a row, I also try to be transparent and say, "Hey guys, this is not how it goes every day," right? But let's see this duck race. This is for the first one from yesterday. 20 seconds to go. Tight pack coming out. King's Trades and Valtic Slor. I don't know. 29 duck and number 10 duck. Looking really strong. 10 seconds to go. This is the first one of the day. Not the only. Ella 97. Ella or Ia 97. There we go. The monster costume. I don't even know what this is. Let me make a note here, guys. Number 4 duck. Again, not the only one. Don't ask it in chat. Don't do it to me, guys. Not the only one. We didn't even drop the form yet for the live giveaway yet. So let me make a note on this one. Congrats to Ella97, Ella on IG that won an instant funded 50K. Let's get back over to the market. Looks like it's going to be an incredible day for me, guys. Just an absolute abysmal start to the challenge. That's what it's looking like for me today. But while we're hanging out, now that we got that first one done, let's go ahead and run the main giveaway. Guys, here's what we are doing. here's what we are doing. The giveaway form is live in Discord. Live in the main Discord. The Discord is 100% free. Free to join. I'm going to throw the link in the chat if you're already not in the Discord. Here it is, guys. Hop in the Discord. Go ahead and get the form filled out. I'll give you guys 10 minutes until 10:45 a.m. Eastern, and then we're going to run another duck race for everybody on this form for a 50K instant funded account, Ignite instant funded account from Top 1 Futures. That's the drill, guys. If you can't get into the Discord, I'm only going to say this one time. If you can't get into the Discord, email me at support, which I'm going to throw in the chat, at realdealfutures.com. If you can't get in, and I will get you in. Whoop link is free. WAP link is free. Only asks for an email, I think. Basic contact info. Hop in there. The form is in the main chat in Discord. 10 minutes to get it filled out. Now let's see who the first person is in chat to to ask me something that I just said. But we'll see who it is. We have to come up with like a fun added bonus, if you like, an extra entry. Whoever the first person is to answer somebody in chat with the correct thing that they're asking. We'll see. But I was joking around only because I had a ton of people on the streams earlier this week asking the same thing over and over and over and over again. But somebody did also tell me that YouTube starts to delay the stream for some reason, where it's like, no. And I know who that is. So if you're watching from YouTube, make sure, like, down on the bottom when you're watching, maybe you're not going to see this until 5 minutes into the future or something, that it says live, and you can click live to make sure it, like, speeds back up to live. But yeah, in general, it's delayed by a couple seconds. Definitely delayed by a couple seconds. You emailed me and didn't get a reply. Let's get you a reply right now. Let's make sure. Let's get everybody in. Let's get everybody in. Hang on, whoever just said that, because I'm gonna open the I'm gonna open my email right now. There we go. Wanted to join the Discord. I got you, brother. Email with the link is sent. Again, guys, the link is in the chat. 100% free. It's a WAP link. You could hop in. There's no VIP. There's no course. I don't sell any of that stuff. For some reason, a handful of people from different countries tell me they can't get in, and I will send you a personalized Discord link. Sending it to you again. I think this is the same person, but there it is. I don't keep it open just with a regular Discord link because I was overrun with spammers and scammers and impersonators, like insanely overrun. I'm still overrun with them, but the collecting an email seems to help. Slothfather, what's up? Locked in profit, push off the open. Very nice. Just need to go over to Kick. Yeah, they do. They do. Here, let me throw the 100% free Discord link in Kick as well for anybody else on there. Let's see. Let's see. Finally, the giveaway that I could join. Juan, you missed one giveaway. Finally, this guy. You could join every giveaway except for the one that we ran yesterday. YouTube lags if you stream in 1080p, I think. I stream with the lowest latency on YouTube, but YouTube has a pretty decent delay. It's like 2 or 3 seconds. Kick is the lowest latency that I've found. Lowest latency. X has the most latency. It is very big delay on Twitter for streaming. For those of you guys that are watching from X, if you want lower latency, meaning like a faster to reality of what is actually going on right now, YouTube or Kick. YouTube lags. Every time about still banned. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know why. Still, I can't chat in the YouTube chat. I don't know. I've had that happen to somebody that's been here for a long period of time. To the person that's saying that in chat, I have no idea how to pronounce your name. But I really am not quick to ban anybody from YouTube at all, or anything really. I give people like hella chances, unless you're being crazy annoying, asking this 47,000 questions or something that's just not relevant at all and continuing to distract. But yeah, I've had it happen to like 2 or 3 people. Nate was one of them who just like couldn't chat for the longest time. He's here like every day. I think he actually ended up like making a different YouTube name or something. But I don't know. YouTube's done like 2 or 3 weird things. Like it's everybody's username now instead of their actual channel name, which is weird. It's like the @ that changed like a week ago. So I don't know. Wolf, you're banned. That's it. Wolf says, when's the giveaway? You're done, bro. Gotta go. Twitter's like 20, 30 seconds. Yeah, Twitter's pretty long. All right, guys. I'm giving you about 5 more minutes to get this one filled out. The form is in. I'm going to say it one more time. I'm going to repeat the whole thing. Last time, I'll repeat it. Form is in Discord. The Discord link is pinned to the top of all the chats. It's a WAP link. You can get in there for free. It's free 99. Click on the form. Fill it out. Only fill it out one time. Don't spam the form or you get banned. If you can't get into Discord to fill the link out, email me at support@realdealfutures. The only reason you should have to do that is if you're from a country that's banned from WAP or for some reason you can't get in through the WAP link. And then I will send you a personal Discord invite. 5 minutes to go. We'll run a duck race on this one. We'll get somebody funded. My trade from the morning, guys. I'm just disgusted by this market. No, I'm really not. It has definitely been a painful week, though. Definitely been a painful week. I have to say, some is at my own doing, just not being ready to rip right off of the open. Talked about making some adjustments there. But some has just been some getting smoked right at the start of this challenge. But not dead yet. Let's see what the market's got for me. Very little faith that this doesn't go and hit stop loss on this, but I got to stick to my data. I allow myself a lot of discretion with entries. I allow myself quite a bit of discretion on closes if I don't have a max consistency limit like I have in these accounts. One thing I've tried to get a lot better with is certain inputs that just are screaming at me to not make them, which are discretionary closes for small losses, for half losses, for right before a stop loss, for a stop loss to break even, for a very small win. Until my data shows that I should be doing that, I'm going to avoid doing that. Again, I really do enjoy discretion, applying my intuition to a lot of what I do here in the markets, along with trying to make this a stupidly simple approach that my blind dog can trade, like I said in the challenges, some of those videos. My data just shows that stop loss to break even does not help me. And I've had that live, shown it live so many times, so many stops to break even. Goes back and taps me out and then goes and fills. I think it can work very well for certain traders, for certain styles, but just rely on your data, right? How often does this happen? This is the question, right? When you review, we'll talk about trade management for another couple minutes while I let you guys fill the form out. How often does this happen? How often are you filled and you have a trade that moves really far into profit, maybe close to your take profit, and then not only comes back here to break even, but at this point goes and hits your stop versus comes down here and hits the take profit? For me, significantly more that come back to break even, regardless of what they do, come back and hit take profit, then go all the way to stop loss. So I like to not go stop loss to break even. I will say, and I think I would have to review this in more detail, but I will say on average, I'm going to make the assumption, and I think I'm pretty correct here. the farther it moves into profit and then goes back to stop loss, the more likely it is to continue in the opposite direction all the way to my stop loss. Now, I don't have an exact metric for that I'm comfortable deploying. As in, if I enter and then immediately go stop loss to break even, right, there's a really good chance that you're just constantly choking the trade out. But for me on these, I'm going to try to stick to my data. So just the comments on trade management, right, as I'm watching this go against me. Let's see. I liked Wolf. Dude, so annoying. I have to make a new username thing. Sorry, Nate. Yeah, there he is. There's Nate. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. Damn, I had this username for like 15 years. The other one cannot chat here. Weird. It's all political. Zach just wants to ban Wolf because he's starting ICT SMC IRS course for the low price of $9.99. By the way, if you're interested, I have it for it. JK. Nice. Hello, 2 accounts on green. I have 1 more account to trade on top of futures. Nice. Shorted 25,600 now in good profit. Is 26. You shorted 25,600. Yeah, nice. Maybe a retest of VWAP. I don't know. This market looks like it wants to go, man. Certainly YM. Let's see. Love this channel. I was thinking Zach is not letting me win because I'm making plans to reveal everything. Yo, this tune is a banger for sure. Zach, I have to say, Zach, that I've really been trying to investigate this idea about moving stop loss. I haven't played with it yet. I've lost track of how many times price goes back to take profit after hitting break even. Yep, giveaway still open. ICT, I really can't trade. 9K in the week. Top step practice account. XFA gone. Comboing gone. Yay. Mike, I feel that one. I did the weirdest thing ever. I got funded, then took a different trade, not my system. And if I had took my actual system, would I take profit? Yeah, that's a common one. Guys, giveaway is getting closed out. I'm gonna give you 60 seconds since I just said the giveaway is still open to that person. Yeah, Rhombus, right? So we're talking about stop loss to break even, talk about trade management because that's what's going on. I'm in a trade and I can talk about trade management. You know, here's the reasonable way that I would go. If I could go back from the beginning, right? I would decide how you want to structure your risk, right? What you want to risk per trade, per day, you know, on average, how wide and tight your stop losses need to be and how you're going to adjust to volatility, right? But the first step, and this isn't necessarily the best way to manage your trades, the most profitable, right? The first step would be stop loss and break even, stop loss and take profit set, and then don't touch it, right? Don't touch it. You can't handle touching it. You can't handle trade management. I certainly couldn't for a long period of time. You can't handle the P&L flash in your face, right? So just let it rip. Then look at what's working and not working and start to adjust from there. And the first thing that I would look at is a mechanical input. One strictly mechanical input, meaning it is 100% objective. Like, you might notice that if a trade goes halfway to your take profit, you find going stop loss to break even makes more money for you in the long run because you find that a lot of trades come all the way back on you and go to stop loss. You might find never going stop loss to break even is helpful, but scaling out at halfway to take profit and 3/4 to take profit and then all the way at the full take profit makes more sense, right? A number of different things you could do. But starting from square one would be fixed take profit, fixed stop loss. Doesn't have to be a fixed amount of points or ticks or whatever it is, but just fixed. Then let it rip. Stop loss or take profit's going to get hit, or you're going to be closed out at the end of the day because neither one were hit. And you can look at what's working and what's not working, right? And adjust from there. And then it just continues to go, right? Like, okay, more and more inputs, more and more is working. And then where do I want to even apply like a lot of discretion, which is maybe subjective closes just based on market generated information and your own discretion, the way that I run no fixed take profit when I don't have a consistency rule in an account, right? But the answer to what you should do after you get into a trade is as unique as what you should do before, right? It comes down to you, your approach. Like stop loss to break even may be a godsend and drastically help one trader, and stop loss to break even may absolutely kill another trader's, expected value. But look over a large sample size, screenshot your trades, put your entries on your chart, like do whatever you want to do to go back and review and say, okay, I entered here and my original stop loss was here. My original take profit was here, right? What happened? Okay. If you look at 50 trades, I would argue you're probably going to see a trend. You're probably going to see at least one thing jump out at you that says, hey, here's what I could do a little bit better. Or I keep doing this one thing and here's what I could not do, which would be better. For me, personally, throughout my trading career, in almost everything that I've tried to trade, stop loss to break even has hurt me significantly, has hurt me way more than it has helped me. What I will note, right, to go a little bit deeper, this is the very basic stuff. If you're more experienced, you want to just think about this. Almost all the stuff that feels good to do, the stuff that feels easy to do, the things that we just naturally want to do are the worst things to do. Those are almost always the problem childs. Those are the ones that you almost always need to come back and change. Here are some examples. And you almost always want to try to figure out a way to do the exact opposite. Going stop loss to break even. It feels good. It feels good to be in a risk-free trade. It feels good to say, I can't lose today, right? It feels good. Maybe that's not the way. Adding into a loser feels good. Okay, if I add in now, if I double up my position, I only needed to go back this far and I can make this amount of money and almost always an account killer. Moving your stop loss, right? All the way away from your entry as price is moving against you, right? Feels good. It allows you to stay in the trade. You don't have to realize the loss as long as you don't get stopped out. Maybe it's going to come back, right? Almost always, a bad move. Not always. People run everything that I just said effectively in certain instances. What's difficult to do? What's really difficult to do, but usually the right thing? Hold your winning trades longer, right? All the way to a take profit. Not go stop loss to break even really, really, really quickly and constantly stop yourself out of trades. Be able to add into a winning trade, right? Add in as price is moving in your favor, creating a worse entry point, maybe while structuring risk, as you're continuing to add into the upside or downside, but capitalizing on those winning trades, figuring out how to maximize your winners by maybe scaling out and holding runners. But all of these things are hard to do, right? As soon as price shows us money, we want to take it, right? As soon as a trade shows us money, we want to take it. And as soon as it's going against us, we don't want to close, But everybody's going to have something different. Some traders are really greedy. They never want to close their trades. Some are very, very quick to close. There's going to be a spectrum probably that you fall into, and you can kind of adjust from there. But those are the basic spots to start to look, right? Almost every trader is doing, when they start, doing the exact opposite when it comes to entries, trade management, exits, stops, as they need to do. And that's displayed in the data from the mass group of retail traders that lose money, right? We know almost every trader that ever trades actually is a consistent loser, has a negative, just straight sloping down curve, right? How is that humanly possible? How can we achieve such a feat of consistent losing in, a 50-50 shot off the rip with a 1-to-1? Because we're doing all of those, incorrect inputs constantly. We're constantly not holding our winning trades. We're constantly, clipping our winners short. We're constantly adding in and moving our stop losses farther away and doubling up on positions. We're trading more after losses than after winners. And if we had actually just done the exact opposite, we would have created near the exact opposite equity curve, right? Which is really hard to fathom, but it was a pretty difficult day for me. I'll really never forget the morning that I had, a super, super tough morning, trading Forex, live account, and I was looking at my equity curve, which I hadn't done in a while, and it was a straight shot to the downside. And I went, wow, man. Wow. I probably don't even have an edge, but just by way of trade management, I have created the exact opposite of the results that I want in an extremely consistent manner, where I would do everything wrong that I just talked about, but a constant holding losers indefinitely and clipping entries super early, right? Clipping, winning trades super early, right? I would have been out of this one back in the day for $50 in profit before it even moved all the way down or all the way back up, right? And then every time I put on a losing trade, it would have been a hold all the way to stop loss or way further. So, it's a difficult thing to think about. I think it can be kind of just abstract and confusing, but that's the reality behind it. That's the reality behind it. All right, guys, we're getting ready to run this giveaway. Form is done. We are closing out the form. We are getting ready to run a duck race. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right, guys. We got... Everybody looks pretty good on this one. Everybody looks pretty good on this one. Let's see. Let's see. Get it set up. Let's get it set up. Appreciate you guys hopping on. As always, man, we're here live every day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Trading on YouTube, Kicking X, showing you what real trading looks like for me. Taking hella wins, hella W's, run-ups, live prop firm accounts that we've traded for months, and payouts, and hella L's. Super duper frustrating back-to-back losses like I've got going on right now. Gnarly trades that move all the way in profit to a take profit that I'm not able to grab, and go all the way back to a stop loss. I'll show you what real trading looks like for me live every day. I can't physically show you anything else if I'm trading directly from the prop firms and platforms that I'm trading on, showing you entries, exits, stops, targets in real time, or no trades, right? No capitalization on anything. That's what this stuff looks like. 100% free. Happy to display this for you guys. Getting this one ready. Getting this one ready. Give me a minute here, guys. We'll get it rolling. Chat. What's up, man? No worries, bro. I think the trade practice better. Yeah. Yep. All crazy personalized. It is. How large sample size? The larger the better. The larger the better, but 3, 4, 5 is not enough. It depends on how frequent you trade, right? You may take 20 trades a day. I was talking about this with the gentleman on prop firm, on Traders Post yesterday on their live stream. He takes 15, 20 trades a day. He's going to collect a sample size much larger, much faster than I am, taking, a couple trades a day maybe. So it depends. The larger the sample size, the better. 5 trades is not enough. At minimum, on the minimum, I think 20, 30 trades to just get started, right? And I think you can identify if something is really not working at all. But you want to be careful. Like 20, 30 trades could just be a couple weeks of data during a market condition that shifted. Volatility was crazy, and you're noticing something nuts. Max profit today, nice. What I noticed the most is that when I'm in profit in the beginning, I should close if it stalls. Very often I wait for the next leg and get stop hunted. Just happened on ES a few minutes ago. Yep, Zach, I think you're going to get this. It was looking really good a couple minutes ago, Nate, for maybe they come back down, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Yep, I take $50 profit but hold losers until the account blows up. Yep, exactly. And imagine if you did the exact opposite. Imagine if you did the exact opposite, right? Imagine if you traded a super high risk to reward, super low win rate system, right? And you stopped yourself out at $50 in loss, and then you hold winners until you just run the account up, right? Probably be making money. Easier said than done. Very easier said than done. Very well said, Zach. Hit the nail on the head for most of us researchers. Yep. Giveaways rolling right now, guys. Platforms you can make money while being a break-even trader. Yeah. Here, Tom Hogarth say a similar thing. Traders should be nearly 50% successful, but our mentality prevents it in the market. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, think about this. Nah, it's the math. There is no such thing as random, and you should get 50% win rate is wrong, I think. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Before I run the giveaway and then all you guys dip out. Here's the deal, guys. Right? Here's what Mike's getting at, and with what I agree with. As we're testing the 600s, maybe last ditch for a reversion here, but looks like just an incredible push through the highs on YM, and caught a beautiful reversion. Didn't capitalize on it as we came back down, and we are now just ripping. Unless we get an insane reversal up here. NQ struggling at VWAP. I think these start to follow YM and we run back up, but we'll have to see. Let's talk about this real quick, guys. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out what my dog's barking at. All right, guys, let's talk about this real quick, and we'll run a giveaway. Here's the thought process, right? Here's the thought process. If we considered random market conditions, which we know there is not, right? There's technical analysis that tells us that patterns exist. But let's say we are trading 100% randomly, right? And if we traded with a 1-to-1 completely randomly, even in non-random market conditions, but we'd get probably pretty close. Let's assume random market conditions. I think it's kind of silly to think you'd be on the right or wrong side of some really, really strong edge that's presenting itself in the market anyway, right off the bat. But let's assume completely random market conditions with a 1-to-1 and a coin flip. Less all of the things that would add into this, like commissions, fees, spreads, swaps if you're trading Forex, broker fees, platform fees. Let's forget about all of that. You should end 50-50 over a large enough sample size. Now, if you actually did this over a large enough sample size, I genuinely believe you'd end about 50-50. You'd end about break even. I think, you'd end about break even before you considered fees, commissions, platform things, all of that. That would add into it and erode it right away. If you were 50-50, flipping a coin in an extreme bull market, right, you'd probably have an outsized number of wins on longs and an outsized number of losses on shorts. Overall, that would kind of balance itself out. But the thought process is you should be right around 50-50. You should be right around break even. You're losing incredibly consistently at a 50-50 game. There is no way, I would argue, that we should be as good at consistently losing when we start out and not even close to that 50-50, with the type of market conditions that we're trading, right? Regardless of whatever you're trading. So I think that can be something to think about. And if you want to reflect on that, I think you can be realistic and you can acknowledge there isn't completely random market conditions, right? Otherwise, we're creating an edge 100% through maybe trade management and risk structure. I do think you can create a small and measurable edge through patterns that tend to repeat themselves in the market. But as a whole, technical analysis doesn't provide a ton of predictive, power. It's mainly just a good way to structure risk. And a lot of the edge does come from trade management, risk management, structuring your trades, and then actually effectively managing them. But that's worth reflecting. It's worth reflecting on, right? I think it'd be really important to think about for trade management and risk management. So if you are losing money, I know it's frustrating to think about. If you are losing money, if your equity curve is a straight shot to the downside, think about that. Had you just been doing something completely random, flipping a coin and entering with a 1-to-1, you'd probably be pretty close to break even. You'd be losing money overall because you'd have, spreads, fees, commissions, everything that adds in. But you wouldn't have the negative curve that you had. You might even have made money. Who knows? Let's go, guys. We're running the giveaway. This is for a 50K Ignite instant funded account from Top One Futures. If you hopped on late, you don't know about these giveaways, We do them almost every day. Random days, random times. Link drops in the chat and or in Discord. The one was in Discord today to get this one filled out. Give you guys about 10 minutes, and we do a giveaway for an account. What's up, guys? What's up? Hey, yep. What's the timeline for the giveaway? We're running it right now. What if I trade around 150 trades a day? That's an incredible high frequency. Incredibly high frequency. You would be a super duper scalper, and if you can make that work, I give you credit for sure. I think you're going to create a great sample size very, very quickly and be able to identify things that are working and not working. I believe the market is not random. There are business reasons for every candle, just not our business. Yep. I think Tom Hogart mentioned something like 30 trades for a sample size, but statistically thinking 500 is minimum. Douglas talks about like 30 trades. If you have something that's not working at all in 30 trades, you should probably be changing some stuff up. No, it's math, dude. There's no such thing as random, and you should get 50% win rate. That is wrong, I think. Yeah. So again, we talked about that, right? Most of us are attempting to exploit patterns in the market that present themselves and repeat themselves, right? That's what we're doing to a degree with technical analysis. But the other huge piece of it, and the reason we're so good at losing money, is not only that we're failing to do that at all, it comes down to risk and trade management, right? Applying some consistency and acting in a way that is going to generate, find a way to capitalize on our winners, or create an expected value with win rate and risk to reward, right? And if you were able to do that effectively, at very least, you should be ending break even less commissions, fees, spreads, right? But most people are not. It's not even close. It's just a straight shot to the downside, So anyway, that's the thought process. But yeah, it's a good starting point, in my humble opinion. It's a good starting point. I think most traders would do much better recognizing that, sitting with that, starting with a 1-to-1, right? Trying to hold their trades. Maybe you start with a slightly positive risk to reward. You try to hold your trades, right? Maybe you go stop loss to break even at a certain point, with a 1.5-to-1 or something like that, or a 2-to-1, right? But I think at the core, that's where most of the losses come from for newer traders right off the bat. Just doing the exact opposite. We're hardwired as humans to do the exact opposite of what we need to do. It's difficult. Let's see, 25 seconds to go. We got a tight pack up front here. Trader Kane, Trader Cyan, TAA Fatal, Slothfather up front, Niffy Me, Relaxing Zen. Who is this coming out of nowhere? Juliet. Juliet's won before. Coming out of nowhere here. EV4. Let's see. Oh, we got some breakout ducks coming out of nowhere. Oh my gosh, what a nail biter. Bags with the W on this one. The Scuba Duck. The number 52 Scuba Duck. Bags with the win. Let's check this one out. Let's check this one out, man. Let's see who this is. We got a Discord OG. I think Bags might have won before too. Bags. Congrats on the win, man. Congrats on the win. Yeah. I see you on the forum. Well done. W's in the chat. Ducks in the chat for Bags, everybody. There you go. Oh, there he is in chat. Taking the win. Awesome. Yeah, guys, if you didn't win today, remember we're running giveaways almost every day on the live sessions. I run giveaways on IG. I've been running them. About to do some more on IG. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I am running a new challenge. Is it possible to go from 0 unfunded to a $2,500 platform payout in 30 days? So far, off to a rocky start. I mean, we're not dead yet on this one, but off to a rocky start. We'll see if this does come back for me. But if you want to follow along on there, I'll be doing updates. Really just a series day by day of what goes into attempting to accomplish a goal like that, right? So if you want to check that out, link is in the chat for IG. Also here, again, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, almost every day. Doing giveaways, random times, random days, no purchase necessary, all that fun stuff. But good conversation, man. Hopefully I displayed the need for focus this morning. I think really, really solid execution for me on this one. I'm happy to be transparent to say absolutely face ripped off of the open ahead of hopping on with you guys. Just part of the game, but somewhat a distracting morning for me. So you got to be cautious when that's going on. But good conversation about, the markets in general, some of the stuff that goes into people losing right off the bat. Juan, we as humans call something random when we don't have full knowledge of all the variables affecting the system. Sure. Even if I hold even profit turns to loss. You got to dig yourself out of that belief. You got to dig yourself out of that belief system. Bags W. Nice. I don't have Instagram. No problem. Good words today, Zach. Appreciate you. No problem. You could hop on here. You could hop on X. You could hop on anywhere. I'm across socials. Anyway, guys, real quick, even before I go, I'm going to plug this again because we're coming into the end of the week. If you want a chance to get 50% off of the accounts you see me trading here every damn day, the top 1 futures accounts, link is in the chat. Code RDF gets it done. Links in the chat here on YouTube and Kick. If you're on X, check my profile. Link in my bio. RealDealFutures.com. Appreciate you guys hopping on. Thanks for being here. Remember, quick disclaimer, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation. To do anything at all, make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is. Even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Guys, I'm holding on to this one just so you know. I'm ending with one on. There's no trade management on this. It's going to be the full win or the full loss. Like I've talked about on the last couple live streams, I am trading these off of the live streams and on the live streams, unlike what I've done in the past with the individual live account, because there's a series running on IG, and I'm going to be talking about it there. That's the purpose of this. But this is going to be, if we trade all the way up to 48,669 before we trade down to 48,232, that I took an L. If we turn to the downside and rip through VWAP, we got a max profit. So here it is for you guys, and we'll review tomorrow. Talk to you guys soon. See you guys live tomorrow.